welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kev, and this is another edition of In Tune. Last time I left you guys off with a cliffhanger. And today we'll be talking about which bikes you should be looking out for. Pretty much the basics, your starters. So, here we go. You're going for looking for your cycle, you're not only going to be looking for the looks, like the color of the bike, pretty much what suits you best. Well, you also want to be looking for the speed. And I'm not saying it so that you can go out racing, but I say it so that you would know pretty much what to ride on the road, like expressways and highways. So your sports bikes and your cruisers, the lowest horsepower, or better known as CCs, is 250 CCs. And that can go up to from 250 to about 700 CCs, maybe just a little bit more. You have a 5-speeder and you also have a 6-speeder. A 6-speeder could be a sports bike that is like starts off like probably 600 or maybe 650. And on a cruiser, it could start you off pretty much around the same area of 600, going all the way up to 1700 cc's. And so pretty much the way that I can best explain it is I have a cruiser and it's 900 cc's. It's a 5 gear. The speed monitor says from 0 to 130. Now it's a cruiser, so I'm nowhere near pushing 130. I may have tested it out just a little bit and got up to 100, but to 130, that's more unlikely to happen. Now, a 6-speeder, my father has a 6-speeder, and it's a 1700 cc or horsepower. And so, pretty much to give you an example of what's going on, by the time he reaches 2nd gear, I'm pushing 3rd gear. Pretty much just to keep up with his bike. So automatically 6 gear bikes, they go pretty much fast. Now I'm gonna give you an example and explain to you exactly why I'm breaking this all down to you. As a new rider, you may go around and start asking somebody who might already know what to ride and whatnot. Hopefully they give you a more better answer than what I've gotten. The mechanic at my job, pretty much he's been riding motorcycles ever since he was young. And he's pushing his 70s, so he's an expert, just a little bit. He told me that I should start off with a 250cc. And I said, okay, 250, that's what I was riding when I was practicing and I took my test. It was a little bit fast. Little did I know, I'm pretty much just riding a beginner's bike. And those type of bikes, they're better used on, in the city. Going from your house to downtown to get around, those are the perfect bikes for you. And those are mainly just a 1-cylinder bike. But what I needed, because I'm traveling from one part of the city all the way up and needing to take the expressway to the other part of the city, I needed a little bit more horsepower. So my father, who works with other riders, had came to me and said, you need something more than just 250cc. I don't know why that guy told you that. So we went to the bike shop, I sat on a couple of bikes, and I felt it, and they felt right. Come to find out, the bike that I have now is 900cc. So that bike gets me to and from work comfortably, fast, and within ease, because it's a cruiser. Now, the way that you can mainly tell how much horsepower the bike has or how much cc's the bike has, it will normally be on the side of the motorcycle. So if it's a cruiser, it'll be on the side of the engine. Now, engines on the motorcycles are in a V shape, pretty much in a V shape. And a 250cc, it might be in a V shape, but it's mainly like just one engine, and it's vertical. But a V engine, it's in the shape of a V. So of course it's gonna look a little bit more, different. But yeah, so pretty much if you're just staying within inside the city limits, yeah, go for your 250cc. But if you're going outside of the city limits, you might want to go a little bit more higher. Now, for sports bikes, they pretty much are the same thing. You have a 250cc for a sports bike, but they can go up to just about 1700, I believe. And so, just ask the store clerk that works there, obviously the dealership. Tell them I'm a beginner and I want to be able to ride this bike for a good while before I would even think about upgrading, and they'll hook you up. So I suggest, if you're going to start riding, that you start off with probably somewhere within the 600 cc's to about 900 cc's. Now, obviously, you're just going to be fresh out of the class, and you don't want a bike that's going to be too fast, but you don't also want a bike that's going to be too slow. You want something that's right there in the middle. I think if you start off with a 600cc horsepower, you should be good to go. Me, I started off with a 900, and hey, look, if you're just out of the class and you're just trying out this bike and you get familiar with it, the higher the bike is for the horsepower, the better, because then you get comfortable and then you definitely know that this is the bike to have. You don't want to get a bike that you're going to have, for instance, a 600cc, knowing that eventually it's not going to be fast enough to keep up with the pace of your everyday lifestyle riding the bike. You're going to be bored, maybe you're going to get tired, like, I need to get something a little bit more faster, just to really keep up with the traffic on the highway or the expressway. And then you're going to go back to the dealership, spend more money just to buy a even more faster bike. I say start off with something higher. That's what I did. I started off with a 900cc horsepower, and I don't think I'm ever going to go back to trade it in to get something a little bit more faster. I keep up with the flow of traffic, and plus I got a cruiser, so I'm just cruising. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm here to give you the information if you need it. I definitely want to help you guys figure out what's best for you, so that way when you get out of class, you'll be able to hop right on the bike. Again, I just want to say, if it's in your price range, please, if you can afford it, go for it. If you can't afford it, don't rush it. I don't want to see nobody financially in problems saying, Kev, I watched your video and you said go for something that can go a little bit more fast on the road, and I went for it, but I can't afford to keep up with it. No. What I'm saying is, if you can afford it, go get it. If you can afford a faster bike, go for the faster bike. If you can't afford the faster bike, save up your money, obviously, and then go for it when you do have the money to go for it. I think that should pretty much wrap this up. I really don't know what more we can talk about for motorcycles. I mean, there's so much to talk about them. If you guys just want me to do a video, I don't have a GoPro, but I do have a phone holder for my motorcycle. So if you guys would like to see me on my motorcycle and riding, I definitely wouldn't mind that. But other than that, if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, feel free to type down in the comment section below to let me know exactly what it is that you guys want to talk about in the next video. But until then, I pretty much probably just be focusing on the comic books. If you guys didn't know, I also do comic books. I just did a video that pretty much is called Intune Hop In. So if you plan on reading comic books, that's the video. I have it at the end of the video, obviously. Again, I've been Kev, you've been you. Write down in the comment sections, let me know if there's anything else you guys want to talk about. Hey, let's stay in tune.